and we're putting together another pilgrimage to the Holy Land for January 29th, 2011. But I can tell you right now, after my visit to the Holy Land, the Bible is more truer to me now than it ever was. And I can tell you that my Jewish brothers in Israel and all over the world and the Eurocentric Christians, they need to have a change of mindset. They need to realize that there's a gap between Genesis and Matthew that doesn't pertain to the Gentile nations of the world. And the Gentile nations of the world, the Eurocentric Christians, need to come on up out of there and go where you belong. The Eurocentric Christians belong in the New Testament, and so do the Jewish people. They belong in both of them because they are still bound by both of them. They are still God's. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, 19. First off, in verse 9:1, we have that the whole world is blessed. In verses 9, chapter 9, verse 8 and 9, we see that the whole world, this one family, is in a covenant relationship with God. They was in a covenant relationship with God before they went on the boat, the ark, and they were in a covenant relationship when God renewed it when they came off of the ark. Now, let me one more, and then my time is almost up for this part. In Genesis chapter 9, verses 25 to 27, Genesis 10, 25 to 27, we have Genesis 9, 25 to 27. We have God's assignment of duties and responsibilities in the earth of these blessed men. Genesis 9, 25. You know the story. After they came off of the ark, you know, Noah became a farmer, and they grew some grapevines and made them a little juice, fermented juice, and Noah got drunk. And one of his sons, Ham, in a moment of indiscretion, looked upon his father's nakedness and went to his brother and bragged about it. Well, his brothers saw that they was wrong, so they put a cover on it, and they backed in, and they covered his father up. Now here we come to some divine intervention. Genesis chapter 9, verses 25 to 27. Now remember, Moses is writing this book from the inspired word of God. God is directing Moses' thought to write this book. So God opened Moses' understanding to know what happened when Noah woke up and discovered that his son had looked upon his nakedness and was displeased. And God took that opportunity to prophesy. To prophesy. He prophesied in verse 25, and Noah woke from his wine and knew that his young son had done unto him. His youngest son had done unto him. I said Shem, Ham, and Japheth, but evidently Shem was the middle boy, and Ham was the younger boy. Uh-oh. Just had another insight here. I'll do that in the next program. And he said, "Cursed be Canaan." Remember this fellow that they talked about back here in Genesis, earlier part of Genesis 18? Now we see where Canaan come into play. And he said, "Blessed be the Lord." And he said, "Cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren." Okay? Now, cursed be Canaan. Now, God's curse and my curse are not the same. God's curse is equivalent to you're going to do the hard work first. You're not going to inherit a land flowing with milk and honey. You're going to create the land flowing with the milk and honey. And your older brother and his descendants is going to inherit the land flowing with milk and honey. But Canaan, your descendant is going to prepare this land. You know the land that they're talking about now as the promised land, Palestine. Yeah. They still fighting on it. And it really, at first, it didn't belong to either one of them. It belonged to the descendants of Ham, the African and African Americans. Our descendants. Who that promised land originally belonged to. And our descendants, Ham, blew it. And God took it away from him and gave it to his brother. Now you can read that. It's in there. You might not believe it, but that's exactly what happened. Now, my time is almost up. So we're talking about Genesis 9:25 to 27, where God assigned duties and responsibility to those two boys and one grandson. He did not reveal to us the duties and responsibilities that he assigned to Ham. But whatever Ham did, he was blessed in doing it. And God would always honor the blessing and the covenant to the extent that he wouldn't destroy him. Well, my time is up. This is part one of black history from the biblical experience. I'm not talking about remembering us for our ability to sing and dance and crack jokes. I'm talking about remembering us from our biblical heritage beyond the African American slave experience. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I'll see you in part 2.